Melanie works in a bakery. She bakes different types of bread. She bakes 18 biscuits on a pan. 3 rows fit on a pan. Draw an array to show the total number of biscuits. In this problem, the scholar is being asked to draw an array to represent what is given in this story problem. So they would need to label it, know that if she bakes 18 biscuits on a pan, 18 is going to be the total. Then 3 rows fit on the pan. They should know that 3 rows is equivalent to the number of groups because our rows are a number of groups. So I'm going to say the number here. They do not know the size. They don't know how many columns are going to go in this array. So the best way to show this for a scholar who doesn't automatically know the multiplication fact 3 times 6 equals 18, they should just start by drawing out their rows. So they would draw 1, 2, 3. Okay, we have 3 so far. We're not at 18. We need to keep drawing. 4, 5, 6. Still not at 18 yet. Keep going. So now, if they're counting along, they would know that they're now at 18. So they need to now realize that the size of the groups is the number of columns. So they have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now they know that that is 6. For part B, they need to fill in the missing factor. 3 times blank equals 18. Well, now they know that 3 times 6 equals 18. This part is now asking them to write a sentence telling what each number in the number sentence means. This is somewhat confusing for the scholars who, if they do not know how to explain the array using their vocabulary. So here they could say the 3 represents the number of rows, or they could say it represents the number of rows, or they could say it represents the number of groups. For the 6, they could say the 6 represents the amount of columns or the number of columns, or the size of the groups, of each group. So then the last thing they need to write, which is often forgotten, they often forget to include this 18 in their sentence. They say 18 represents the total. If they can write this out here, it will be a lot easier for them to write a related division sentence to find the number of biscuits in each row. Because if they remember that you always start with the total in division, then they will not get tricked down here by starting with the 6. Oftentimes, scholars will just take this blank, the fill in the blank up here, and write 6 divided by 3 equals 18, which we know cannot be true because they are now relating this division sign to a multiplication sign. They're getting confused by the sign, and this is obviously not a correct statement. So we're really pushing them to relate that 18 to the total, and always remembering that in a division sentence, we start with the total. Divided by 6 equals 3. Or they could write 18 divided by 3 equals 6. Both are true statements.